What's up, YouTube? It's JackalGoldKickJGK. Welcome back to another video on this channel. So this is going to be a paid request from Larry the Batman fan. Shout out to him for doing this paid request. He wanted me to do a video showing my PSP collection. So thanks to him for this paid request, and thanks to him for me having PSPs and having PSP games. Because if it wasn't for him, wouldn't really have this. Because I used to have a PSP back in the day, but it was stolen, and I only got to keep like a game and a movie, which I tried to find the movie I used to have, but I don't know where it's at, honestly. But I was at least able to find the game that I have for it. So, yeah, I'm gonna go through this PSP collection for Larry the Batman fan. So, for a lot of these games, I won't have a lot to say about them. For some of them, I might have some stuff to say about them because I haven't got to play a lot of these games. Because, real quick story to sum this up, Larry, when he sent in the first PSP, it had issues, so he sent in another one, and that one works, but it's the PSPs that take a memory card, and I don't have one. I just haven't gotten around to getting a memory card for the PSP, which is why I haven't really been playing games on it. But here's the PSP collection video. So I'm going to start with this right here. It's like a holding case, which is pretty nice. So let me show this one. Let's see. Looks like we have a thing on the bottom. I'll put the mic down. Hang on a minute, people. Okay. I didn't want to break it, but I was trying to get it open. Okay, so we have Madden NFL '08, NBA 2K10, Cabela's Legendary Adventures, and Worms Open Warfare. So there they are right there. Hopefully you can get a good view and see them. So I haven't played any of these games. Um, Not really into sports games. I don't know if I'd like Cabela Legendary Adventures, but yeah, there's those ones. And then we turn it over. Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, I know there's more in here. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. Found the two more. So we have God of War Chains of Olympus and MLB right there. You guys can see it. Um, so I've played one of the God of War games for the PSP. I don't know if it was Chains of Olympus or Ghost of Sparta. I'm not quite sure which one it was. What I remember though from the God of War PSP game I played, there was like this bigger dude you fought in a building, and I remember the ending of the game. You were like walking upstairs, so I don't know which God of War it was I played, but if it's the one I'm thinking of, it was a pretty good game. MLB, much like the other sports games I showed, I probably wouldn't like it because I'm not really into sports, except for maybe like boxing and wrestling when wrestling was good. So yeah, there's that. And then next thing we're going through is this, which is like a carrying case for PSP and PSP games. So starting showing the PSP itself. This is the newer one Larry sent me, which this is nice. It's very bulky and stuff. It needs a memory card, which is why I haven't been playing it a lot. Got to get one. But yeah, it's been definitely nice. I'm glad Larry sent a new one. The other one, like I said, the other one he sent was defective. I would put games in it, it would turn on, and then what ended up happening is the screen just went black. In fact, I'll look for it somewhere and show everyone. Somewhere over here, actually, if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. So the back of it came out because I was looking for something before making this video. But yeah, this is the first one he sent, and this had issues. Like I said, you would play a game on it, and the screen would just go black. But this was in the back of it. It's like a battery, and this thing holds it. So yeah, I'm not gonna mess with this right now, but just figured I'd show the other PSP. But yeah. Anyways, back to the games. We have uh, Medieval Resurrection. So I did try this game on that other PSP when it was working somewhat till it just became defective. I couldn't really get into this game. I'm not really into the medieval games. I remember trying the remake demo on the PS4, wasn't really into it that much. Tried this out, and it just wasn't a cup of tea. It didn't really click with me at all, honestly. Just not really my thing. All right, let's see what else we have. Next up we have Samurai Warriors State of War. So cool to have that. I'm a huge, huge fan of these kinds of games. I love Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, Warriors Orochi. I love those kind of games. Still haven't gotten around to really playing this, but I imagine it's probably pretty similar to the Dynasty Warriors games on PSP, but Samurai Warriors 1 version. So yeah, it'll be cool to try that one day because I really love Samurai Warriors 1. That was actually my first Samurai Warriors I played in full, like from beginning to end. Well, not really. Now that I think about it, because I played Samurai Warriors 4 before that, but that so far at all the Samurai Warriors games I played, the first one was my favorite. But yeah, Samurai Warriors State of War. And then up next we have a movie. You and this was a pretty big thing when the PSP came out. They had UMD movies, which is pretty cool. I used to have a lot of movies for the PSP, but it got stolen. Movies probably got stolen too. I had like Dawn of the Dead remake. I had 28 Days Later. It's pretty cool. But this is the Italian Job, which this is a pretty good movie. I enjoyed this film, and it's got good actors in it, good cast. Seen this before. I didn't see it on the PSP, but I did see this movie before. It's a pretty good movie. I like it. Definitely worth watching if you haven't seen it. So, yeah, that's it for this case. Let me put the game in. Make sure there's nothing else in there. Nope. All right, let's close this up. And then the rest we'll be getting to is just like the games itself, which I have them on the ground because if I put them up anywhere, I risk them falling over. So up first we have Medal of Honor Heroes. I have not played this yet, so I don't have much to say about it, but it looks like it's like a first person shooter or something. Next we have um Siphon Filter Dark Mirror. I played Siphon Filter 1 and 2. Pretty good games. Very difficult too as well. I have not played this one, but it'll be interesting to eventually play it. I like Siphon Filter 1 and Siphon Filter 2. I have them for PlayStation 1. They're pretty good games. I think Sony should remake the first one, honestly. But yeah, up next is Pursuit Force Extreme Justice. So, have not played this game, so I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. But yeah, it looks like it's like a cop police type game, third person shooter and cars and stuff like that. So, yeah. Up next is Warriors Orochi. Really good game. This was Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors crossing paths. It was a great crossover between the two franchises. It was them coming together where you could play as characters from Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors. I played this on PSP way back in the day. I played it on Xbox 360. I owned it through Xbox 360. And I think I also lost it, or no, it got stolen when my PSP got stolen because I used to have this for PSP, but I had Larry get it for me. But yeah, this is a really good game. Sequel's pretty good too. The sequel of this game on PSP has exclusive content that no other like console version has in the US. They were supposed to do a Warriors Orochi Z with this in part two with the DL with the extra content, but they never released it. They canceled it because of them fearing for low sales or something, which is a shame. Up next is a game called Infected. So this is one of the other games I played on PSP, but I didn't get far in it because that's when the defective PSP started acting up. But from what I played of it, it's like a zombie game. Um, I don't know. I'd have to play more of it to really gauge an opinion. I feel like I didn't really get to play enough of it to really give an opinion. It has some. heavy metal type music in it that I'm not really into, like the very high, intense screaming type music. But yeah, it's like a zombie game and you like create a character and stuff. Right. Those are my headphones that fell. But this game and like the PSP I was using, hopefully with the other PSP, this won't be an issue. But one thing I found coming back to the PSP, like playing this game in Medieval, for me, I kind of found like the PSP sort of uncomfortable using it, you know? Maybe the bulkier one will be more comfortable in my hands, but that one was kind of uncomfortable to use. I was like, how did I ever play this like that back then? Like it felt uncomfortable in my hands to be honest with you, especially when I was playing that, you know. But maybe the other one will be more bulky and comfortable to use. Um, Up next, now this is a game. This is one of the only things I still have from my old PSP collection. Most of it stolen, the PSP itself stolen. But this is one of the only things left I have of it, and that's Dante's Inferno. I did play this back in the day. It's a pretty good game. I like it. It's basically like a Christian, basically Christian God of War. It's the best way to put it. It's God of War, but from the religion Christian perspective. And I remember it being a pretty good game back when I played it, being a pretty fun game. It did come out on console as well, but yeah, I played this. It was pretty good. I remember liking that one a lot. Up next is SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs Fire Team Bravo. Haven't played this one yet. SOCOM games apparently are supposed to be pretty good, but have not played this one. So yeah. Up next we have Pipe Mania. Have not played this one either, so I don't really have anything to say about it. But yeah. Up next we have Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops. I've heard good things about the Metal Gear Solid series, but I've actually never played any of them yet. At least in full by myself. Because now that I remember, yeah, I did play one of them with an ex-friend of mine that I used to be friends with. We like messed around in one of them. I think it was the second one, and you play as like Raiden or whatever that guy's name is. I can't remember. The white hair. That's really the only one I kind of dabbled with. Then I think I played a demo of the Revengeance or whatever that one's called, where it plays like Devil May Cry and God of War. Next up is FIFA Soccer. Probably wouldn't play this, but if I did, I probably wouldn't enjoy it because I don't really care for sports that much or sports games. But yeah. Up next is EA Replay collection of a bunch of games. Let me. I have not played this or any of the games in it yet. There's the inside. But yeah. And then up next we have Tekken Dark Resurrection, but I would consider it Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection. That's what it is. PSP version of Tekken 5 with the extra character Reznov or something, whatever his name is, like Russian Marilyn Manson, pretty much. This is a really good game. This is a great fighting game, great cast of characters, fun to play, good story modes, great music. I would say Tekken, like when it comes to the fighting games that are like 2 or 3D where they have like a side camera, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Street Fighter, those kind of games. I think Tekken's always been the best out of those. Like if I had to pick, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Street Fighter, I think Tekken trumps a lot of those, triumphs a lot of those, I should say. And yeah, I grew up on Tekken. I like Tekken 5, playing the old Tekkens on the one of the Tekken Tag tournaments you play as them. So yeah, back in the day, I used to have this game, but it got stolen. But Larry got this for me, so I appreciate it. It'll be interesting to play this again because this was a really good game. And then I think this, I don't, it Devil Jin's in 5, right? Or is he a new character in Dark Resurrection? Oh, there is new characters, Lily and Dragonoff. Dragonoff, not Reznov. So yeah, pretty cool. I remember Dragonoff being a pretty cool character, you'd say. And then Last but not least, we have two movies, which I've seen. Both of these are pretty good. Up first is Will Smith's I, Robot, which this is a pretty good movie. I liked it. I seen it back in the day. It was good. I rewatched it. I think it was last year. Rewatched it again. My grandma's house. Pretty good film. Will Smith's good lead actor. Good robot film. Good action. Solid movie. Definitely like Will Smith. He has a lot of great films. He's a great actor. And then last we have Harrison Ford's Air Force One, which is a pretty good movie. I seen this as well on Netflix, I think last year. This is a pretty solid film, good action movie with Harrison Ford. Gary Oldman plays a pretty good villain. He's on like a plane and he's got to go after these terrorists against the Russians. So, yeah, this is a pretty good movie. So, I don't think I'm forgetting anything for this video, but that's pretty much it for PSP Collection video, paid request from Larry the Batman fan. Um, the only other thing I would have to show, but I wasn't able to find it. Now, one of the movies I did still have from my old PSP collection was National Treasure, Nicolas Cage's movie, but I'm not really a fan of that film. I remember I watched it a long time ago and I just thought it was boring, wasn't really into it. But that's the only other thing I had that I could think of. And then some other stuff I had in my PSP collection that I used to have. I used to have Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. That was a part of the stolen stuff. I did remember liking that game back then, but I don't know if I would like it nowadays because I'm not really into Final Fantasy that much or JRPGs. I'm trying to remember if there's any other PSP games I had. Oh yeah, I had a Ratchet and Clank game. Not sure which one it was, but that was pretty fun. I think I had Justice League Heroes for the PSP. I think, and I remember liking it on there. And I also had Warriors Road 2 at one point, which is good. I also had the Dynasty Warriors games at one point, but I wasn't big on them on the PSP. They were kind of different than the console versions because you kind of just went from stage to stage. You killed a few enemies and move on to the next one. It was kind of weird. So, oh, and I had GTA Liberty City Stories, which is pretty good as well. And that's all I can think of at the moment. But yeah, that's it for this video. PSP collection. Peace out. All right, so there was one more game and thing I forgot to show for the PSP collection. This was in my pocket in preparation for filming this. So, last thing is Gretzky NHL. Something called Gretzky NHL. Not sure um, what this exactly is like. Didn't play it, but there's another one. So yeah, that's really it for the PSP collection. This is an awkward setup, but I just had to get this put in the video so it's complete. Peace out. Okay, so there's a PSP game I forgot to show that Larry pointed out. Also, I'm gonna be adding this on to the original video, so I was notified about the glitching in the video. I really don't know what's going on. Um, I use this HP laptop to record, and it's like this is the second time that's happened. Before this, it was the allegations video I was doing that had a glitchiness in it. So I don't know if it's clip champ or what the problem is. Well, hopefully it doesn't happen again. So the last thing I had to show that I forgot to show that he mentioned was Twisted Metal Head On, which I'm trying to remember if I had this for PS2 back then or is it PSP? I'm trying to remember. I mean, from what I can remember of this game, it was like a combo between um like it was a mixture of Twisted Metal Black, but then something else. I don't know. I remember having something called Twisted Metal Head On, but I can't remember, if it was PS2 or PSP. I remember it being like a combo of two games. But I do remember playing this, and it was a good game. The Twisted Metal series is pretty good. They should bring it back. There's a lot of entries they could remake and all that stuff. For those that want to know my favorite character, what's his name? I'm trying to think of it. Is it Jack or no Axel? That's the name, right? Hopefully I got that right. That's my favorite character, Axel, the guy with the wheels. And yeah. Anyways, this is the last thing I had to show. This is it for the PSP collection. Um, yeah, hopefully I can fix the glitchy stuff because it's annoying. Anyways, peace.